Very first speaker today, Mehran Soorian, is going to tell us a story about fear of loss.
I parked the car and ran inside. I looked at his direction and was relieved by what I saw. He was laying down in his crate with his eyes half open, looking at me. "Rusty! Rusty!" He didn't move. Trying to stay positive, I walked toward his crate. He didn't lift his head up. I stroked his recently groomed, lion-looking head. He didn't move. I lifted him up. His body was cold. He was stiff like a stuffed animal. I put him down, called Amin, and told him we lost Rusty. Rush home. I washed my face and ran back to the car. Our teen at 2.5 was still waiting to be unstrapped from the car seat. I picked him up and dropped him at a neighbor's house. At that age, he didn't have any understanding of the pain I was going through. The moment he walked away playing with her oldest son, I sobbed in her arms. Trying to shake me to reality, she said, "Mehran, you're crying as if your mom is dead." She didn't know. She never owned a dog. But Amin did. Not having family around, Rusty was a big part of our life. The 17-pound Pekingese was my graduate school admission gift. We fell in love with him the moment we met him. He was independent and stubborn. We adopted him from the shelter I volunteered regularly. For the 9 years we owned him, we couldn't potty train him. According to breeders, Pekingese are very hard to train, and that was true. Because they simply don't care about pleasing you. But I like to believe that he really loved me. He snored a lot because of his smushed face, so he stayed downstairs when we slept at night. Pneumonia didn't kill him, but the excessive coughing and the short trachea did. Why didn't I give him the cough syrup that was laying on the counter? Why didn't I get another humidifier after mine broke the night before? Why didn't I stay home that day? Why? I was going through the loss cycle, I knew. Shock, anger, denial, guilt, and grief. For an entire month, I couldn't sleep through the night. I stayed up after I put our teen to bed. I sat on a couch and I put the blanket on and cried through the night. I listened to the deadly silence in the house. Amin and I sat together sometimes. We flipped through the pictures and talked about the memories. We laughed, we cried. How much joy we bought for $100. Mehran, we need another dog. No, I can't. I was fearful. Fear of loving and losing. Fear of attaching and detaching. No, I can't. Let's try, Mehran. Let's adopt one in Rusty's memory. And then he started sending pictures of Pekingese looking for home. Oh, who could resist? The smushed face, the big round eyes, the underbite. Who could resist? A month after we lost Rusty, Pashmi came to our life with all the challenges that a Pekingese mix living on the streets could have had. We had a low standards on potty training, so we were okay with that. excessive barking, chewing, climbing up the fence and running away, biting anyone that held a ball or a balloon, eating anything that was on the ground, including his own feces, being scared of any wheels going around the house, being excessively territorial toward food, that we weren't prepared for. And we had a 2.5-year-old boy. I've got to be honest with you, there were many days that I regretted adopting him. We even thought about returning him. But there was one thing that kept him in our lives for the past 6 years. His severe separation anxiety. He needed to be close. He needed the constant attention, the touch, the warmth. And he wouldn't back down. He didn't comply with any of the house rules. He jumped on the couch and cuddled with me. He found his way in our room. At nights that Amin was away, he even jumped on the bed and slept with me. I guess that was the Pekingese genes, the stubbornness. I loved again. I slept again. But let me be honest with you. I'm scared to death again. Thank you.